Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today is going to be a little bit of a mix of show and tell. I'm going to start off showing some items that were gifted to me by Lady Diane via Kyle's sales, and then kind of quickly go through some of the stuff that I got from Allison, which includes a gift from somebody else as well. Then I'm going to go through some of the tumbles that just came out of polish today, and that was a kind of some material that's a mix that I got from Jahik, my dad, and then just some other stuff that I had around. And then finally I'm going to kind of at least show some of the at least semi cleaned up Haunted Ridge material after I've sent some of it through the rust out and a little bit through the muriatic acid that I had. For the Haunted Ridge material, I think sometimes you definitely learn the first time what to maybe look for if you go back subsequent times, but hopefully some of the stuff, even the stuff that didn't really clean up, some of it still looks nice, but then hopefully some of the other I can still cut and use for other cabbing and polishing around here. So I'm going to get started here. Hopefully the wind doesn't come up too much. I'm taking advantage of the sun out here, and then we'll just get started. This, like I said, all these pieces here were from Diane that I'm going to show to begin with. Got this nice piece of pet wood. I don't know for sure what I'll do with this yet. I'm going to try not to show the cost. But this one is kind of almost looks even more kind of like what you would see out in the wild than what I've seen with a lot of other pet woods that you and this material here, I was told on some of it that some of this may UV, but I outside of what I have for my the UV resin, I don't have a UV light to show, so I'm just going to kind of show the rocks as it is in the natural light. Hopefully that's okay, Diane. And for some of this, if you know what the material is, just go ahead and kind of do a little bit of a timestamp, and then what the material, what you think it is. It's kind of two small little pieces of something here. It's kind of flaky, so I don't know how well it'll be able to be worked. If not, or if it'll just be a display piece somewhere. Should have taken some of these stickers off to begin with. Kind of looks like an agate here. Might be one I can throw in the tumbler. This here is pretty nice. I'll have to hold it back a little ways. It's a nice big old piece of quartz. It's really cool because I don't know if I'll be able to get it to pick up, but there's a lot of little different inclusions and cracks in there, and it really reflects the light and makes some nice rainbows. I was seeing them earlier, but they're a little harder to see at this camera angle, but you can kind of see back in here what I'm talking about. And so those are the gifts from Diane. Try not to show any of the and this is from Jennifer, and it's a piece of obsidian, and I don't know for sure what kind it is, and I didn't bring out any water. If I'm reading here, this is silver green, so we'll have to see when I start to work through that what that means. Then this piece of red jasper. And that I believe that came from one of the auction sales, or just a lot. And I'm not going to pull these out. Kind of got the little sheet. Asked me if I had gotten some of these, and I believe these, I don't know if those are the Montana garnets or if it is something else. Hopefully if she sees this, she'll remind me what those were. But it's always cool packaging from Allison. And almost missed one in the bottom of the bag. This is probably one that would do better, so. It's kind of a mossy green. Okay, now we're going to go on here with the tumbles that came out, and these are kind of the smalls that I threw in both some of the small little chips that Jahik had sent in his Tumbled Rocks, and then there's probably also some in there that like this that probably came from the gem set from was it the Nat Geo stuff that you can get from Hobby Lobby, the tumbling sets. I got in that I think at one time just to see what was in it. But I'll try to hold this here just for a few minutes so you can catch a glance at those small ones. And some of them also were probably some small things that I used as a filler to then I just after so long, when they get so small, I just finish sending them through the pre-polish and polish stages. And this piece here I'm pretty sure it was one that I got from Jahik. It turned out pretty nice. I probably could have done a couple stages a little bit longer and even had them shinier, but I'm one that probably doesn't like them over the top shiny, so they work for what I have. And a little bit of haze shows up here as I'm going through the camera, but they actually turned out pretty well. This is my first batch that I sent through the rotary tumblers from beginning to end, because I was having a few issues with my vibratory. Then also I just had a really small batch here, so I decided just to do them in my my legal 3-pound tumbler. And this is another material that I got from Jahik, but I had cabbed it, and then I sent it through the tumble process to see how it would turn out. It turned out bad. It probably not the same as if I'd go back and polish that one completely with the cerium pad, but I think another piece I got from Jahik. Another cab. I believe this, I'm not 100% certain. For some reason I was thinking this was pet wood. I don't know if this was something that I had originally gotten from Brian, or if I'm misremembering where I got that material from. This one, I believe, was one that I had brought back from home in Minnesota. That was Dad's. Kind of a nice white agate. Quartz cleaned up pretty good here. Another piece of pet wood. I'm gonna learn to keep my fingers still for a while so you can see them. This one didn't get the best shine, but some of these on here, a lot of times my goal is just to be able to get them to the point where you can kind of see what the material looks like, as opposed to trying to get a just a super high gloss finish on them. It's kind of a little bit more my style, as I want to still be able to see a little bit of the character of the original stone, if it's possible. It's kind of I don't know how that ended up that shape, if I had started doing something or if it was just kind of naturally that way. Well, not naturally, whether I got it that way. Kind of cool with all the little different orbs in this material here. Turned out very well. I think I had done a similar type of piece on the cabbing wheels, and I don't know if I finished it yet, but it wasn't looking that good. Nice piece piece of pet wood. Nice little, we'll call it an egg. A little misshapen egg, maybe. Threw in the this piece of picture jasper or desert jasper, whichever it is here, just to see how well it would turn out. Kind of is when you just take these kind of more ordinary looking rocks and throw them into tumbler and see how they turn out. I tried to do a little better job on this of keeping them a little bit more on the harder side instead of having a mix. And I think that is some kind of jasper that I had gotten from Minnesota that I threw in there. For some reason I'm thinking Africa, but I don't remember for sure. This cab didn't brighten up the best. It was another one that I cabbed it on the cabbing machine, and then just as an experiment tried to throw it in. The very first time that I threw it in, it really turned out really poor, so I think the material itself was a little bit softer, and as you can see during the whole process, well, maybe that some of the quartz or chalcedony veins that are running through there also kind of started to chip out. It's kind of cool here. I did some experiments with some trying to cut these really thin on my auto feed saw, and it's really cool. Here I hadn't looked at it this way. I tried to look at it towards the sun to see what kind of flash I would get, but here the sun is over my right shoulder. It's kind of cool that they kind of, the little different facets in here come kind of to a point there in the middle. And I got a pretty good polish on it too. Sometimes I just like to throw in the odd pieces. I thought about trimming that off and starting on the cabbing machine first, but it kind of looks like a bird with a kind of a long bill and a short neck. Some different small little pieces. A few of them I probably gotten fingerprints on them. Kind of like some of these Brazilians, kind of going thin with it, and getting a nice polish on it. I think this was a piece that I got from Jahik. My fingers aren't cooperating. They're falling off the rounded edges. This is a example of just kind of one of the little chips that I got on it. I guess you probably could make a small cab out of the piece that it started with, but you still could drill a hole and kind of make a small little dangle or something out of the piece, which is what I kind of figured with some of these that were kind of shaped already, if one would want to. Another one that turned out pretty well, a piece that I got from Jahik. It was pretty thin to begin with, so it was another nice candidate just to throw in the tumbler. Just a little bit on there. You can see on some of these faces, I don't know if it was in one of the grits, one of the sides just got pressed against the end of the barrel, and so really didn't get ground down well on one side. Another one that's half clear, agate here. Some of these small ones I'll just put in my hands so you can see them. My hands may throw off the colors a little bit. Another agate of my dad's that I threw in with this batch. I had some of these already through medium, and some of them may even been through pre-polish. But then when I got the ones from Jahik and the other done with the medium stage 2, I threw in some of the other stuff that I had in the pre-polish with it, because I needed a little more material to fill up the 1 3-pound barrel. And even though it's a dual barrel, all I did was run it with one. You can still see it's kind of pretty rough in a couple places, but that was going to take quite a while to grind down that if I would have tried to clean it up completely. Kind of like these small little bean looking ones. trying to keep together for a final part on the tumbles here. I think that one was already kind of a triangle in the tumble box that jaw accents. So. This petwood, for the parts of it that are harder there, it shined up okay, but it was kind of a mix of hardnesses in it. So it's a little rough, but still kind of has a nice look, even though it's small. Small little box color or box shaped one here. I think this is another just kind of a small little piece that I got from Jayek, but zoom in here and we'll see there's a lot that's going on inside the little piece, which is kind of cool. They don't have to be gigantic pieces to be really cool. And then finally here for the tumbles, I made a cab out of a couple pieces of this material too, but I wanted to see how well the, and I should have looked up before I started videoing it here, what those inclusions were probably. I'm sure somebody will remind me in the but those kind of gold or the gold colored flecks really cool. They turned out really well. I didn't know how well they would polish. Another piece of it here as well. These were from material from Jayek. It's kind of nice. It's kind of cool having that whole end in it. Let's get here for the tumbles. Give me a second here to clean those out so I don't accidentally drop anything from Haunted Ridge on them. goes on with my headset sometimes. It just powers itself off. But kind of the first part of the Haunted Ridge material, I kind of shared this on Discord. I thought I'd show it here. I took a piece of something, that'd be similar to this, and so this is the root beer quartz tops, and it had the tops had it was just a small chunk, but it had a bunch of damage on it, and so I decided to dome the top just to see what the quartz would look like when it was cabbed. This way I had done a few where I had face polished the sides, so it kind of had the side profile of the quartz, but like I said, I wanted to try cabbing one of the ends. It turned out pretty well. It's kind of surprised me a little bit. Since I have this piece here, this may be another one where I can do similar things, and I think I mentioned at the beginning, I think sometimes the first time you're at some place and you don't know the material, you don't know really what you're looking for, or what maybe you should just leave behind. Because if you can see in some of these pieces here, the quartz was a little damaged, so they're really not pristine points and whatever on the whole thing, but it still may be able to use that to cab if I don't find something else to do with it. It's kind of a really big piece here, and that's kind of in that same vein. A few of them damaged on there, but and it sparkles really good, but if you can see there's even after soaking in muriatic and iron out, there's still lots of areas in it that kind of have a film and whatever on it, and I may still go try to clean this one up a little bit more in different places somehow, but then you're still going to have like the barite and some of the other materials on it. But honestly, in that one, since they're kind of on the edges, they're just kind of a little bit more of a highlight on it than and so if I could get some of that clean or figured out what exactly that is and how to get rid of it, it may be a really nice piece. But here's kind of an example of one not knowing. It's really, I would assume those are kind of little quartz druzy deposits that may have come in on the tops of the other quartz. So when they're dry, it actually kind of looks a little neat, but then you still have all of the barite and the other iron staining on this, and this already had gone through iron out there for a few days, so I don't know if I put it in longer, if it'll do a little bit more. the other big piece that I got. But you can kind of see in here where you have the root beer points underneath it, and this other top material was deposited over it, and it's pretty hard. This one probably would end up like kind of one of the others, but there's still a whole lot of the iron that was on it even after the days. So at some time here I may throw these in for a longer soak, or I may just decide to use this piece for other uses, since it has some nice agate-y look. We'll see. Small little bots. It was through iron out, but this one I kind of purposely didn't leave in too long, because I kind of like that orangish color that shows up from there, along with the sparkle. And depending on what I do, I don't know if I'll end up doing a face polish on the edge here. So I should call it a face polish and edge polish. Maybe starting from here and going from there, but I'll decide that at a later date. Kind of a more of an example of not knowing the material, what not to bring home. That again was soaked, and so I don't know what that all piece will end up being like. You know, similar to this one here. I haven't gone through some of these with the steel brush, but you can also see the points aren't the most pristine on them either. I wouldn't mind this part if I could have gotten this to come off a little bit more. And I may still work on this one a little bit too, because it is a kind of a nice piece. But I'm going to have to maybe do a little bit more research and find out, because what I've did find out with a lot of the barite and some of the others is you really have to take it off mechanically versus chemically, and with some of it, it's as hard as it is, and as long as it takes, it may not be worth the time to do it mechanically. That piece will be more for probably cutting. I'll have to look to see what that looks like on the sides again. And this one I sent through the Mariotic a little bit. a little bit through the acid, but I kind of like the just kind of that rough look on top. So this one I really didn't want to try to get too much through the iron out. I did put it in for a little while because I wanted to try to get kind of the little druzy and bots shined up a little bit so you could see them underneath there. I don't know if the sparkles are showing up on the camera or not that are in there. The thin plate would have been nice if what was kind of stuck in there would have cleaned out, because then you'd have almost the bigger quartz points over here, and then kind of contrasting that with the smaller quartz crystals on the other half in the end. It's kind of a nice thin piece here. It's kind of a little bit more of a grayish kind of material, and if I remember what Les was saying, that it's that gray is a lot less common. But like I said, I kind of wish the that other fill in there would have cleaned up a little bit more. It's a good thing I don't got too many more here. The sun's going to start going down over the shed. Still a little bit of the rust that I may be able to put through a little bit more iron out sometime here for a little longer soak. But it's kind of a pretty piece. Kind of a medium-sized ones, and I forgot this was this piece. This was kind of one of the cool parts of this piece here, is that there was kind of a layer of something in between this. So it was kind of a weak plane, and so the two pieces fit snugly together, but you can kind of take them apart to see there. You can see the kind of the bubbly texture, and it was really weird even after washing and everything. This kind of has a powdery look to it. So I don't know for sure what the material is, the lighter material. I think I accidentally put that one back in. Some pieces like this, I think this is from the first location and I didn't know. Let me see if I can find, there's another piece, but I think that is actually over by the shed and I haven't done anything with it. But one of the pieces that had kind of the real small little bubbles on them, I put one piece through the iron out to kind of see what the natural colors were. But I'll keep the other one as is, just kind of show the contrast of what the iron can do to the material as far as the coloring. This one here probably could also do with a little bit more iron out. But you can kind of see the sparkles, the druzy all the way through. And what I found kind of cool is kind of down in the gullies in here. If you can see it, it almost has more the texture of like the unrefined white sugar. So I guess they call that maybe like the raw cane sugar. Not certain how much some of the orange staining that's in here, if you let it soak for a real long time, whether it will come even cleaner. I haven't looked at iron out enough to see how long it, if you got to keep adding iron out to it, or if the iron out kind of loses its work. But this is a really nice piece. If you can see the glitter in it. Must have something on my fingers. My Julie swiping wasn't even working when I was doing it on the phone itself. You can just see the sparkle on this piece. Another one of these pieces that would look really nice if I could clean out a little bit more on that. But a couple of these I was experimenting with. I don't have a true electric scribe, or I forget what the proper term that you would use for like fossil prep. But I was just trying to use a couple that I have that are just more for doing scribing on metal, just to see if it would work. And it did a little bit on some of the things, but on the harder pieces it still wasn't working very good. I did here on the mechanical side, you can get small glass beads for your sandblaster. Some of those last few may have been out of focus because when I was trying to zoom in, I may have locked the focus a little bit. Hopefully not for too long. But that'll be a nice one, more for cutting and slabbing. Kind of the same with this one here. A little bit more of the rest that's in here. So I'll have to decide how much I really want to pursue that. This one here just may end up, the top here, you know, still pretty druzy, but I may try to flatten this maybe even on the flat lap and whatnot, and kind of just do a polish on the bottom. Then maybe do one face on here, and then just kind of leave the top. But you can kind of see the kind of the clear crystals poking through that hard cap layer. Another one that I brought home just for more of an edge polish piece. And small little specimen here. And here. And the last piece I have here, I showed in the last video of actually doing a kind of an edge contour polish on this one here, which turned out fairly nice. The crystals could have been a little bit clearer, but it is a small piece like that. It is nice because you can actually see a little bit more how kind of some of those crystals are intermixed and formed, you know, on top of this agate layer. So I kind of really like how this one kind of shows the two parts of this haunted ridge material. There's a little bit of a fracture that's running through here yet with the iron in it. I didn't clean up this one at all, at least with the iron out and whatnot. Kind of liked how that was left. But that's it for my materials and for the show and tell here. And hopefully everybody enjoyed watching the video here, and you can see the shadows already starting to creep in, and so we kind of got out of here just in time. I appreciate everybody watching. I think this one will end up being a premiere, so hopefully people have enjoyed getting to talk and chat while kind of looking through everything. And I wanted to thank again Lady Diane for the generous gifts. Diane was supposed to meet us down in Haunted Ridge, but then she wasn't able to, and so I think then she stayed home and did some bidding and claiming stuff on Kyle's instead. And like I said, I think I know I appreciate it. I kind of would have much rather have gotten to meet you, Diane. Then also thanking Jennifer for the slab that I got through Allison's sales. And thanks Allison for shipping all that stuff, and including the extras. And one thing I didn't show but I did get, and hopefully people will keep in mind, is Kate's auction for the kids for going to the camp will be coming up here in not too long, hopefully. And I donated one of the necklaces that I got on Allison's live. I just told her to ship that along with the other things that she's shipping over to Kate, and let it be auctioned off there. Thanks everybody for watching. I will talk to you later. Please like if you like this, and subscribe if you want to see more. I'm not the most regular content provider out there, but hopefully you get some enjoyment out of it when I do. Talk to you later.